John Ho Park has given the Cardinals a couple of hits so far. Redbirds have stolen 2 bases already. But he's fan 2. He'll face Bragg, Renteria, and McGwire. Al and I were watching the scoreboard highlights between innings, and Rod Beck blew another save for the Cubbies today.
And end up getting the loss.
Breaking ball is upstairs. And of course, whenever we come to LA, we get a little taste of what it's like when one of our native sons heads west, as St. Louis and John Reynolds takes care of us as our stage manager here in the booth. 3 consecutive leadoff hits by the Cardinals. Darren Bragg is 2 for 2. About time the Redbirds do something with these early base runners.
Shortstop, number 3.
Well, you know what's important about this is Darren Bragg came into this game only batting 150 against right-handed pitching. He knew that wouldn't last long. 2-2 performance tonight. Let's get on the scoreboard.
Renteria called on strikes, first time up.
Mentioned Renteria's struggle against Park, but against the Dodgers, the .342 average. So everyone else he faces wearing the Dodger blue uniform, they do a pretty good job.
A lot of former teammates hanging around this ballpark tonight. Low and inside, ball 1. You might notice Edgar triggers that bat back and forth while he waits for the pitch. Same way the guy out in left field does. In that respect, Edgar's batting style similar to that of Gary Sheffield. Little timing mechanism that he uses. Former Florida teammates. A drive foul into the right field corner. Edgar, of course, best known for getting the World Series game-winning hit 2 years ago.
Devon White, Kevin Brown.
Of course, we mentioned Charles Johnson, who has come here and departed already. Kevin Brown has a chance to be pitching for a World Series team for the 3rd year in a row, 3 different teams. And with talent on this team like Trip Cromer, they've got a chance to get there. There's our old buddy Trip.
Homer Cromer.
Yep. Had a chance to see him the other day, and he's finally back healthy. Trip had a lot of injury problems last year that kept him from performing at all.
He was at spring training one time, was like 3rd in the National League in home runs in spring training. Told me he played left field the other night.
Here's Edgar waiting for a 2-1 pitch. Runner short lead. Now going on a hit and run. That was not a straight steal. Bragg was only about 2.5 steps off the first base bag. And who knows, on 2-2 they might try it again. Although if he steals second and Edgar would strike out, then you've got McGwire up there with first base open. And allowing them to pitch him more carefully than they normally would. 2-2, runner holding. Look out! Wow, it hit him.
Hit him in the hand.
Greg Bonet heard something. It might have been Edgar screaming. Renteria gets up shaking his hand, and he is hit by the pitch. McGwire will bat with 2 on, nobody out. Davey Johnson may want to see that hand too. I'm not sure he's convinced.
Well, I think Edgar's convinced. He's not that good of an actor. Ball just taking off, and maybe just nicked it because it really didn't deflect it much. You know, it got the backhand. It got the right hand, I believe. Yeah. So he could have gotten it pinched on that bat. But he definitely made some contact and not a lot of protection.
Well, as long as Edgar's okay, this is a big break for the Cardinals. But the last thing we need as Cardinal fans is to watch another one of our guys go down with an injured hand. Eric Davis is really nursing a sore left hand, unable to play tonight. 2 on, nobody out. And suddenly Mark McGwire stands in the batter's box representing the lead run.
First baseman, Mark McGwire.
You know what Big Mac needs to get going now?
I know what he needs.
A home run with a couple of guys on base. Jack up that RBI total a little bit. 5 homers, 6 RBIs.
All 5 of his home runs have been solo shots.
He pops up a breaking ball. With all that room behind home plate, Todd Hundley runs out of room. It ducks right over the screen.
You know, that's when you look at this ballpark, you think about a couple things. Why we have so many home runs today. The strike zone's smaller. The ball is more lively. And in most ballparks, and they're going to do the same here next year, they take away more and more and more foul territory.
Now, giving Mark the benefit of the doubt, he played all those years, 10 of them in Oakland,
they have
where there's more foul ground than there is here.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he lost a lot of at-bats over there, like batters have in San Francisco at the stick. 0-1 count. Outside target. Fastball low and away. Half swing. Base hit. Latchman will have to hold Bragg at third. Mark took a half swing and hit it on the sweet spot. And the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Tried to check his swing and got a base hit.
Third baseman, number 23.
Still think that if McGwire would kind of change his batting stance a little bit, try and pull off some of these pitches, but try and stride out and hit that ball, then there's no stopping if he started hitting home runs to all fields.
I mean, that ball carries about 120 feet into right field on a half swing.
That was his bunt. That was his bunting form.
That's why he practices that in the cage every day.
That was it. That was exactly how he bunts.
Okay.
Don't slide the hand up. Just keep it on, keep it together.
Here's Fernando. A popular name in these parts for many years.
You mentioned Mike Brito. Mike Brito was responsible for signing Fernando Valenzuela, and there he is. He still's got a job. He's waiting for that cigar to finish.
You know, isn't California a no smoking place in most establishments?
It wasn't lit.
John Hole Park missing over but low to Fernando Tatis. 4 homers, 11 RBIs. They play Fernando fairly straight away. If you drew a line from home plate to center field, Devon White would only be maybe a step or 2 off that line toward left center. Infield looking for 2. Outside ball 2.
Kind of like this. Fernando really trying to be more patient. And same thing, when Fernando will take the ball the opposite field, he becomes that much more dangerous of a hitter.
Fernando Tatis has never hit a grand slam in his major league career. He has now. See you later. Way out of here. 4-2 Cardinals.
Bob, I think that cleared the entire Dodger bullpen. One of the longest home runs I've ever seen hit here. And boy, was that sweet. You look to the opposite field, but if they make a mistake on the inner half, that's when you turn on it. And he's a little package, but boy, he is powerfully built.
Center fielder.
His 5th home run. See that ball drifting on the inner half? There was no question the flight of this ball, and I think it goes over the wall. Now it landed deep in the bullpen. Now, that's still a pretty good blast.
Wow. I mean, even Big Mac's got to be impressed with that one. You think Fernando knew it when he touched this one?
Oh, I think he did. Stood there. He admired it, flipped the bat. His 5th home run, RBIs up to 15 now.
And a ground ball from J.D. Drew to Karros to Park. That's the first out of the inning. So a Darren Bragg single Renteria hit on a 2-2 pitch.
Number 26.
McGwire's half swing base hit, and Fernando with a full swing that gives the Cardinals 4 runs.
Watch the ball drift inside and right in his wheelhouse. Turned on that one, and he knew it, no question about it. Nice going, Fernando. When we saw him in the dugout where his teammates congratulating him, we saw a welcome sight also. Matt Morris.
Oh, yeah. Eli fouls one just outside first.
Matt Morris had his surgery 10 days ago. There's Matt. Oh, just move, Fernando. You haven't done anything for a minute or two.
We'll find Matty in there. Yeah, his right arm is all yellow and black and blue. You know, I read about Matt Morris's surgery where they took a tendon out of his right palm and put it in his elbow area. I said, why would they do that? That's your pitching hand. Why didn't they take it out of your left palm? He said, uh-oh, Eli, you can kiss this one. Adios. Wow. Another big-time blast for the Cardinals. And it's 5-2 when Eli touches home plate. That'll be his first of the year.
5th home run allowed by Chan Ho, and there's a good friend, Charlie Huff, Dodger pitching coach. Marrero, there was no doubt about this one. Hundley set up away, and look at the ball just drifting. Same pitch, almost the same location as Tatis's. Time when there's a home run, it's usually an error in location. Hundley set up away, then he reaches back the inner half, and Marrero was ready for it.
Cardinals came into this game with 13 homers. 11th in the league. So they tack on 2 monster shots here in the 3rd and a 5-run inning. Just a footnote on Matt Morris. I said, why didn't they take the tendon from your left hand? You said they found out I didn't have one.
Yeah, which I understand is very common. But a lot of people have a tendon only in one hand or the other. Davey.
Number 27. Placido Polanco.
John Ho Park has now given up 5 home runs this year in less than 20 innings. This is Placido Polanco replacing David Howard early in the game. Boy, David's been injured so much. I hope he's not hurt again. What is up with that?
And then you sit there and you're a little bit handicapped, because what happens if Renteria has to come out of the game? You know, then you get into that shift where McEwing's coming from left field to second base, Polanco from second to short. It'd be interesting after Polanco whether Renteria takes the field.
But he's hitting, and you know, you figure, well, maybe he's going to play second base and David Howard moves to short, but David Howard's out of the game.
That's what I'm saying.
He's hitting for him. So we're as mystified as you may be at home right now. We'll wait for a report. I'm sure Brian Bartow, the Cardinals' outstanding media relations man, will let us know shortly what's going on. Now Polanco walks, and out of 7 batters in this 3rd inning, John Ho Park is retired 1. Davey Johnson wondering what's going on here. The wheels have come off in a hurry.
Sometimes when Park gets hit hard, he'll pitch inside, and so you have to look out for that. But after he hits Renteria, you may not want to go back in there.
Here's Joe McEwing, who bounced into a fielder's choice his first time. Offers and lays off the low curveball. And now the count goes to 2-0 on Joe Mack. John Ho Park in 3rd inning trouble. Dodger bullpen quiet for the moment. Fastball down the middle. Joe couldn't reach it. We're told that David Howard has a strained left hamstring. That guy just cannot stay healthy. And he's such a good player.
Looking over there. Reports. Remember, Jimenez is the on-deck hitter.
Ball 3.
You know, Joe McEwing, obviously with a .413 batting average after 0 for 1 against Park, has done a great job. But look at all the times that he has either walked, got on base, and allowed that pitcher to come up and bat to get an inning over with.
And a pretty good rip by Joe on 3-1. We'll see if they start the runner now with 1 out and a full count. Pitcher coming up next. If it's close, you figure Joe will make contact.
Well, if he doesn't go, it's only because they are being a little bit defensive and say the last thing they want is a double play to end the inning without the pitcher coming to bat. But I would say be aggressive.
Yep. Runners holding. Joe shoots it upper deck right side. Well, Tony has to be pleased with the big inning. This road trip has featured some big innings. Remember Houston? A big one Friday night, a big one Saturday night to take 2 of 3 in that series. Unfortunately, the Astros got a big one on Sunday.
And you know what Tony La Russa really has to be pleased with? It's not quite there yet, but with runners in scoring position, they came in with a .326 average. So they have been getting the timely hitting. And if you talk to the Dodgers, they have not.
There's a 3-2 pitch way upstairs. Park walks his second of the inning, his third of the game. And we'll see if Jimenez is bunting here to move 2 runners up, or maybe taking a hack. The Cardinals can blow it open. Charlie Huck will ring the bullpen telephone now.
And that gets into an Achilles heel right now.
Oh, their bullpen is struggling. You saw Alan Mills, the ex-Oriole, getting up. They put Antonio Osuna on the DL Wednesday. They sent Robinson Chanko down.
Carlos Perez is throwing. Now he's in the starting rotation, but they're going to skip him.
Right, because of yesterday's day off.
Yesterday's day off, and he's also been struggling. So they moved up Dryford, who will pitch the Sunday game, and skipped Carlos Perez.
Jimenez is bunting. Takes a little stab at it.
Little upset with himself instead of being out in fair territory. Kind of see all that play and then stabs at the ball, and good way to pop it up or at least not execute.
Jose does not have a sacrifice this year. 1 for 7 overall. Oh, he gets that one down nicely. To third, safe. Ball was off the bat. And Adrian Beltre had to dive to keep it from going down the left field line. They'll give a sacrifice and a throwing error. We'll see to Chonho Park. I'm not so sure a good throw would have forced the runner at third. It would have been very close.
Well, it's a great bunt. There he catches it right off the end, deadens it on the grass. He spins and throws, but without that little crow hop, you're off balance. Beltre, they say, is going to win a Gold Glove sometime. They say he is just phenomenal, but clearly he was off the third base bag.
No error given. We'll call it a straight sacrifice. Cardinals bat around. The 10th man in the inning was the first man, Darren Bragg, and still only 1 out. Now, of course, the pressure really shifts back to the pitcher. Al, bases loaded. He's got to start laying the ball in there a little bit. It's not like he can be that fine because he hasn't been able to hit corners consistently.
Well, that's the problem when you're kind of in and out of the strike zone. You're not going to get borderline pitches called in your favor. You just have to kind of regroup on the mound, challenge yourself to go right after guys and make it a one-on-one battle.
Good job by Bragg to lay off that high fastball. That'll even the count, 1-1.
Hitters go up there, and you've got to want to hit in this situation. Runners are scoring position. The pressure is on the pitcher, not the hitter, so just relax.
Bouncer, right side. They'll come home for one, and the catcher was off the plate. Eric Karros pulled Hundley off the bag, and Davey Johnson's going to argue about this one. That was a very high, wide throw by Eric Karros, and the Cardinals lead 6-2.
Well, to the Greg Bonet's credit, he got the play right. A high throw. Hundley tried to hold on, and he came off the plate. Maybe Johnson doesn't like it, but it's the failure of his players to execute.
He's gone.
Davey saw Earl Weaver do a pretty good job of it, and he got some of his money's worth. Karros is a pretty good fielder. Looked like he had a little trouble with exchange, and here it's just a force play, so Hundley tries to keep his foot on, but he comes up, it's off it, and he goes forward. Look at Polanco going right into him and everything, and then reaches and tags. But here's where you'll see. Look at it's off there, and then he goes forward, so he was never near the plate. And Polanco slides at him. He was trying to keep them from getting the return throw to get a double play, and when he touched it with his hands, now the run 6-2 Redbirds.
E3, no RBI. Renteria, the batter, still only one out. Breaking ball is in there. 6-2 Cardinals. Fastball, pretty good location outside corner. Edgar needs some plate coverage now on 0-2. Good eye on the breaking ball.
Well, to me, it's a good sign that you see Edgar hitting. Oh, that hand still got to be stinging a little bit where he's hit by a pitch this inning. He was the second batter. Come around to score, and now he's got a chance to really break this game open.
1-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Charlie Huff, the pitching coach, but running the ball club now is Davey Johnson's bench coach, Jim Tracy, who's been with the Expos the last 4 years. 2-2 pitch. Right field, base hit. This will score maybe a couple. They will hold Jimenez at third base. Hey, with one out, why take a chance on getting your pitcher beaten up at home plate and latch with a 3-run, well, a 5-run cushion now, and there's Jim Tracy. Decides to play it safe with only one out.
Well, Mondesi has a great throwing arm, and that's a good way to get a pitcher hurt. So who else is coming to bat has a factor in it too.
Yes, sir.
Kept on pitching him away, and look at that ball kind of running in an inside-out stroke down into the right field. And just peck away, play the little game here in the third inning. 7 runs are in. And we're still batting with 1 out and the bases loaded.
Mark McGwire, a few more career grand slams than Tatis. He has 11. Breaking ball low and away.
Boy, Dodgers gave up 7 runs in the 12th inning on Wednesday night. Another 7 spot. They could probably go a year without seeing a 7 spot in an inning.
1 ball, no strikes. Ooh, a low fastball. Well, we saw Mark's most recent grand slam here on the Cardinal Network. It was June 12th of last year against Andy Benes at the Bank One ballpark. That was a game when the Cardinals scored 9 runs early against Andy and the Diamondbacks. Of course, the well-known opening day grand slam last year. Prior to that, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mark trying to get aboard so Tatis can hit another one. Yeah, right. That one's in there. 1-2.
Mark's a little mad at himself. That's not the reflection of the umpire. He was guessing and guessing wrong. And you got to pitch right there, thigh high. Well, you don't see that reaction from him very often.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, popped up right center. Remember, the pitcher standing on third. Mondesi with a great arm. Latch won't send him. 2 outs.
Well, you also have a grand slam man coming to the plate.
I mean, this would be unbelievable. Right now, you'd love to see Fernando get a base hit, pick up a couple of RBIs here. He has 15 ribbies on the year with the grand slam.
Tied with McGwire at 5 home runs, but obviously leading the ball club with the 15 RBIs.
The league leader is Brian Jordan with 17. So Fernando's right up there with the big boys now. Curveball in there. That does a good job of not going after that curveball away. 2 outs in about 15 minutes ago. Boom. That one halfway to Hollywood. Over but low, ball 2.
This game is being seen in Latin America and also in Korea.
So that was a bomb heard round the world.
Close enough.
And a 2-1 pitch. Down low, ball 3. Seven runs in, bases loaded, 2 outs. And Fernando can look for something in a certain spot here from Chon-Ho Park. Fastball at the knees, outside corner. Now the runners will be moving.
Latchman's going to tell. He's going to tell Jimenez, come way over, come almost to the Dodger dugout. You know.
Yeah.
You make sure when you're coming towards home that you have a real banana.
Yeah, he's going to take the southern route. 3-2 pitch coming. With the bases loaded. And a drive to left center. Is it another one? Yes! 2 grand slams in 1 inning. Cardinals lead 11-2, and Fernando's driven in 8 of them.
Well, this crowd came to see Mark McGwire, but they're seeing something a little bit better. 2 grand slams in 1 inning, 11 runs off a premier starter. 3-2 pitch, hanging breaking ball, and they go a long way.
Donovan Osborne knows it. Matt Morris is wondering. A high breaking ball.
Yeah, he's running. He's hoping. He knows he's got a chance. He hit it pretty good.
It was not a no-doubter like the first one, but it ended up getting out by plenty. And Chon-Ho Park is done. The Cardinals and Fernando Tatis have stunned the baseball world with this inning. Oh my.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 33. Carlos.
It's an 11-run third inning for the Cardinals. The Elias Sports Bureau, the people who track statistics in Major League Baseball, tell us right now on the phone this is the first time this has happened in Major League history. Fernando, a piece of history tonight. His teammates knew it, and the Cardinals have 11 on the board in the third inning. Carlos Perez takes over. Cardinals put a straight number on the board here in the third, but problem is for the Dodgers, there are 2 of them. 11. Fernando Tatis, baseball history. 2 grand slams in 1 inning. You know, he was the 4th man up. I mean, how often do you ever see 4 guys get up twice? Normally when the team bats around, 1, maybe 2 guys bat twice, not 5, as is the case here now.
McGwire's even a little bit in awe of Tatis.
Inning is finally over. Top of the third, nobody out. Bases loaded. No doubter. Way to the back of the bullpen in left field. And the Cardinals led 4-2. They put 3 more runs on the board. And with 2 outs, Fernando goes a little further out in the ballpark, this time out to left center. And this puts 4 more on the board. 11-run inning. Unbelievable. And the Cardinals, after 2.5, lead 11-2.